Bueno, gente, pues vamos a echar otro ratito aquí. Ya sabéis, muchas gracias a los que estáis suscritos. Los que no estáis suscritos, gracias también por suscribiros, que es gratis, gente. Y nada, ya sabéis, en el gameplay 19 está explicado por qué de los directos, por qué estamos sin mi comentario y mi tercera voz de fondo de momento y sin chat y demás cosillas, ¿vale? Acordaros, eso está explicado en los 3 primeros minutos del gameplay 19. Bueno, me quito ya el picanillo, que ya lo sabréis, que me pica la oreja un montón. Y vamos con esta misioncita principal, vamos a darle también. Vale, hasta luego.
Hi. Thank you for coming all this way. I don't know if you heard that, but it sounds as if General Talera is still here in exile. For all but losing the fortress of Melsenshire, long ago, Talera led our forces, but then the Tuatha produced a foe she could not best. Her forces barely survived the retreat out of Cluracan. Many blamed her for the loss, to have built up hopes so high, only to have them topple. That was Talera's crime, and she has paid for it, day after day. You're as quick as ever. Talera is in the cradle of summer, banished from the battlefields of Mel Senshir until she can atone for her past. According to the Fate Weaver here, she seeks an artifact from Ural Tusk that might break the siege and aid our forces. But she cannot do so alone, for poor Talera is fated never to succeed. That is where you can help. In a hidden valley, northwest of the plains of Erethel, the ruins of Ural Tusk lie undisturbed, as they have for many centuries. What Talera wants there is beyond me, but I trust her, even if it goes against my better judgment. Last I heard, General Talera was somewhere in northern Erethel, searching for a way to turn the tide of the war. I think she took a squad to Ural Tusk. You should be just what the general's looking for.
Need a hand? mindful of your actions.
Hail. I am General Talera ap Gwydion, former commander of the Eastern Alpha Forces. Surely you're not the aide Aelin Shear promised. She spoke as if she planned to send a whole squad of soldiers, not one faceless mercenary. You have the bearing of one that's seen combat, but you never fought in the war, or you would know who I am. Once I was the commander of Mel Sen Shear, the Alpha Fortress to the east. I held back the Tuatha at every push before the Baelor came. Then everything fell to pieces. So, she is behind this. That woman. One too many times she's meddled in my affairs, making promises she never intends to keep. Well, perhaps it is for the best. The fewer people involved in my affairs, the better. You see, misfortune follows closely at my heels. It is the lot fate has cast for me. The Baelor is a thing of dread, a Niskaru lord that the Tuatha managed to coerce into fighting on their behalf. Against the Tuatha I had some success, but no ordinary weapon can best the Baelor. One must fight darkness with light. We may be lofty, but we are not weak. Our land is cold and harsh, and we have long studied the noble arts of bow and blade. Across 1,000 battlefields, my spear paints a red masterpiece. Mel Sen Shear is the gateway into Cluracan, but it's been under siege ever since my defeat. I failed the city once. I can't fail them again. Long after the Arathi left our world, the mortals built these windstones to call them back down. I've never seen them work, but, as I said before, I'm not known for my good fortune. With Tuatha raiding parties along the shores, Rathia has the only port for safe passage across the strait. But after assisting Mel Sen Shear for so many years, the ruling council of Rathia is loath to offer more aid for what they see as a lost cause. 10 years ago, I served the Alpha armies, defending Cluracan and Mel Sen Shear from the Tuatha armies. Then, Witch Knight Malwyn led his Tuatha summoners against us. The fiends routed my soldiers at every turn. Now they've had Mel Sen Shear under siege for years, while I've been searching for a weapon to turn the tide. Earl Tusk, the tomb of the Divine Fang, the piercing light. With a weapon like that, I could rally the troops at Mel Sen Shear, and perhaps redeem myself. They say the ruin is guarded by legions of Niskaru, led by a beast known as Azagal. Whether this is true, or the stuff of legend, I don't know. The years have been long since I first learned of the means that might deliver Mel Sen Shear from the Tuatha. It lies in Earl Tusk, beyond a gate fated never to be opened, in a hall awash with Niskaru. Any who seek access to the ruin must face them. These ruins are said to be the resting place of the Piercing Light, a spear carved from the tusk of the Niskaru Duke, Gajor. The legends say it destroys any horror, in the mind or on the battlefield. No place is more deserving of such a power as Mel Sen Shear. For all my years of research, I've only ever found one clue to this puzzle: when the great voices rise in song. It may refer to the wind stones scattered across the plains. They bear a striking resemblance to the stones of this ruin. But that's simply me grasping at answers. Take this chime. It is said to have been taken from the ruin during its construction many centuries ago. I've tried using it on the windstones with no luck. The inscription says the gate will open when the great voices rise in song. I think this means the windstones that are spread across Erethel. There's one just a little to the south. Go there and strike this chime near it. I'll stay here to see if it has any effect. The windstones are located all across the plains.
Be careful around the general.
can't believe it. The gate shifted? For all my efforts, you simply appear and make it respond. No. You've opened one part of the gate, but 4 more remain. You must find the wind stones scattered throughout the plains and activate them. I will remain here. The Niskara will sense that the seal is weakened. Someone must try to hold them back. Go sound the chime at each... I'll stay here and fight any Niskara looking to sneak.
The Lord of Tides, the thrice-crowned king, the banded prince of Melaglir. He forged from blood a sword of sin to cut and rend and sear. From hardened hearts his people wept, tears to flood from stone unbroken, the long-forgotten truth unspoken.
Gente, dame un segundito, ¿vale? Que voy a coger medio durroncito para ir comiendo. Nada, un minutillo tardo como mucho.
Be mindful of your actions. We're watching you. Be mindful of your actions.
You've done it. The ancient Irathi sealed this place centuries ago, and it opens to welcome you. Incredible. The piercing light should be in the deepest vault of these ruins. Be careful. The Niskara will do anything to keep us from that spear. Be careful. I have seen too many allies die. The piercing light awaits. The Niskaru took everything from me. My soldiers, my station, everything. All my life burned when Baelor rose over the fields of battle. Be careful. I have seen too many. The piercing light awaits. These Niscaro, they were not always in the war. It wasn't until the Witch Knight Malwyn started making pacts with them that they fought alongside the Tuatha. We're close now. I've heard that the spear is guarded by the Niskaru warrior Azagal. We will learn if it still is. I see the spear. The Niskara was I don't know what to feel. All the years I spent trying to claim this weapon, and I never truly thought I would. I was not fated to have it. Not until you came. You have thrown back the veil of fate and revealed what is truly possible. It's almost enough to make me believe in second chances. Yes, but it is so much more. This will end the siege of Melsenshir. It will bring the death of the Baelor. It will give me my chance for redemption. And I never would have laid hands on it, if not for you. Kind words, but not true. My day will come when Baelor is dead at my feet. And I would be honored to have you beside me then, too. Meet me at Rathir, the city in the east. Together we will break the siege of Melsenshir and turn the Tuatha tide. Because of my failure, Melsenshire has suffered years of siege. Even if I kill Witch Knight Malwyn and save the city, their pain is still my fault. To get to Melsenshire, we need to take a ship from Rathir, and that means convincing Elund Karth, the city's ruler. With the wards down, I think we can get out this way.
The heat's as deadly as the Jotun and the spiders.
Ah, got a severed leg about a month ago. Made my day. Goodbye.
Polished armor means you haven't used it yet. We see few enough strangers in Ironfast. Polished armor means you haven't used it yet.
He's gruffer than Master Brass. But he...
If you're traveling, you'll need supplies. Yes?
We've expanded the facilities as much as we... Truly a marvel of modern architecture of fight. Here you go. This is the profit we've managed to... Good luck out there. We've expanded the facilities as much as we can, I'm afraid. Truly a marvel of... Here you go. This is the profit we've managed to make. Take care, my friend.
We have a problem. Elund Karth refuses to send any troops to assist Melsenshir. The old fool never would listen to reason. I certainly hope so. We're going to need every sword we can muster. You can find him in the upper city, staring over the strait at Melsenshir. The fool might as well be at its funeral. The man is not a warrior by nature. He cannot abide another risk for this city. But he's an idiot if he thinks we will get another opportunity such as this. They're in the city, but they can't join. Agarth has gone to reason with him. He was a...
Make way for the Archsage.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Good day, my lady.
Archsage, welcome.
Someone else will have to. Damn fool.
What do you want? I'm beset by petitioners these days. Another advocate for this absurd plan to retake Melsenshire, I take it. Look to Rathia's sister across the strait. Her battered walls, her burned gardens, her back broken from a decade of war. We take in refugees. We send them food that we can spare. We try to ease her pain. But for 10 years I stood here and watched her die slowly. And now you, a stranger, think to convince me to commit the whole of this city to saving her because our army's greatest failure has recovered some old relic. Melsenshire stands as Rathia's eastern shield. Even now, nearly broken, she still stands. This city can do nothing for the fortress, but perhaps its people can. The wounded we have here wish to return to fight for the fortress one last time. I'll tell them to meet you at the docks, and take this as well from my own collection. May it be of use to you in the coming battle. They have delved earthward where we have lifted high. They think no one watches them because they are thus sheltered. The deeper they dig, the higher we will rise. You carry with you Rathia's bravest sons and daughters. Realize that if you fail to liberate that withered wall, you will have doomed our city as well. I am the Elund, and I speak with the voice of the Orbakant. Within this city, my word is law. Do not speak to me of the war. I am the voice of Rathia, not a general or a fate weaver, nor Lyria herself, who alone controls the outcome. The city of walls is lost to us, and we can afford no more troops for them. Better to muster our forces to counterattack after its fall. Those who watch and govern Rathia, they sit in secret council. Even their names are unknown, and are thus above corruption and idolatry. Only I am known, the Elund, their voice. They rule Rathia, and they do so from behind a veil. I am their face and their voice. Rathia has taken in half of Melsenshire's population as refugees from the war. Orphans fill our poorhouses. They've never seen their parents' city and never will. I realize they long for their home, but they need to accept a painful fact. Rathia is their only home now. Melsenshire is no more. Go to the eastern docks in the lower city and find Captain Dodwin. He will oversee your journey to Melsenshire. Go. Save our sister across the sea or... die with her.
The watch sees all in Rathia.
The Elund speaks.
Citizen. Hey! Hey!
Students of magic, masters of spells.
Welcome, Arch.
And look you in the eye.
Welcome, Arch. There'll be a miracle.
We're so close. Hurry now. 1,000 times you could ask that question, and every time I would answer yes. But there is something terrible about arriving at a day you've been anticipating for years.
The ships are loading now for Shear. Are you ready to board? Right away.
Agarth, you know better than any of us how this will end. Why must we fight a war that you know we will not win?
You would still ask that to Lara, after all you've seen.
Until I get an answer, Fate Weaver. Until then.
Why do we fight? Because there is hope. Because only through battle can we break the chains that fate has forged. Don't you see? We have been given a chance. And though some of us will die, we will die knowing that our lives were finally our own. That we are no longer slaves to the whims of fate. Would you throw it away? Just for fear of another defeat? Not I. I will fight. And if I die knowing that I have made a choice. And this choice, for good or for ill, was my own.
Hope they don't attack with trolls again.
Just another recruit. Not exactly the heroes of legend, but you're a welcome sight nonetheless. I was just a child before the siege started. I joined the army because I dreamed of becoming a hero like the great General Tilera. Funny thing, dreams. When Shear was built, the Winter Fae weren't the friendliest of neighbors, but they were nothing like the Tuatha they've become. Cluricon is all swamp, jungle, and death. Have you ever tried fighting an army in a place like this? It's hot, wet, and it always smells like something died, because something did. We've been the front line of this war for the last decade. The fact that Shear still stands at all is a testament to all we've sacrificed. The General's army used to defend us, but that was before the Tuatha started summoning Niskaru to join them. Tilera's forces never stood a chance. Still, she blamed herself. and went into exile. We could have used her here, but heroes only show up when you really need them, right? Those bastards keep squeezing us and squeezing us. Well, it's time for them to see what we mortals can do. Likely you've come to see the fortress before it falls. I've seen her stand for the last 10 years, but the end, I think, has finally come. Our scouts report that the Tuatha are massing, and in their wake we've seen it. The Niskaru Lord, Baelor, has come for Melsenshir at last. Indeed, they expect us to hide behind the walls of Melsenshir. Instead, we'll rush the field and delay the Baelor's arrival. That leaves the Witch Knight. Malwyn is the commander of the Tuatha forces, and likely the one who has made a pact with the Baelor. You and Talera will be part of an effort to kill him. If we can kill Witch Knight Malwyn, then the Baelor may run rampant in the field, and in the chaos we can rout the Tuatha. It is much to hope for, but that's the plan. Soon. I know you're eager, but take a moment to make sure you're ready. Check your gear and say your goodbyes. When you're ready, come meet me by the gates. I'll be readying the troops.
This is all the help we get?
Come on, the commander's waiting for us. Commander O'Wyglen wants to talk before we leave. Witch Knight Malwyn and his forces bested me 10 years ago, and I've been preparing myself since then. If I'm not ready now, then I don't deserve another chance. The liberation of Melsenshir.
What is Talera doing back here?
What is it? Time is running out. Steel yourselves. The battle is not to be taken lightly. Then let us go. We've had sightings of the Tuatha vanguard. When they enter the courtyard, we will open the gates and counterattack. You and Talera will use the distraction to execute your plan. One way or another, this will be over soon. More blood.
Our hunt for Malwyn can now begin in earnest. I will take one path and you another. If O'Wyglen's troops hold, then Malwyn will be delayed at the outer wall with the Baelor. But we should make sure he doesn't get past us. Now, we must get moving. There is no room for error.
looks like the city defense.
Try that again. Someone's got to make sure these ladders stay down. And you need to move before O'Waglin's troops start falling back.
Finally, some reinforcements. We tried to fight off the Tuatha, but they took most of our company prisoner. They're threatening to execute the rest unless we lay down our arms. You could get in amongst them, silently, if possible, and save what's left of the survivors. I recommend you tread lightly in there. They'll probably kill any survivors if we try to mount a frontal assault. Normally, I'm a scout, but anybody that can swing a blade has to do their part today. The Tuatha moved on us in such numbers, we couldn't hold them all off.
our chance before they can regain control of the creature. Ah! Theoden, guide my hand. Volrathir! This ends here!
To destroy Baelor before it tears this place apart. I know, child. Everything seemed still in that moment when she struck the Baelor. At least she died how she wanted to. But her sacrifice won't mean anything unless you do something to stop that beast. are you reporting in? A Niskaru as big as it's pushed us all the way back here. The Tuatha must be truly mad to conjure up such a beast. We held off the last. I dragged them both here. The Tuatha are all over our lines. The battle is a bit of a mess right now. I heard them stop pounding. A bunch of fighting. Guess I have you to thank that we're not completely overrun. Join you? I can't just leave my posting in such a state. And leave my men behind? I think not. Good luck to you.
They're gone. After 10 years, I can't believe they're finally gone. We lost many, but we all knew the risk. I almost joined them. The Tuatha had my back against the outer wall when there was this flash of light. I looked up, and all I saw was the silhouette of you on top of that beast. It was the most glorious sight of my life. But I never saw the General. I'd like to personally thank her. Then the rumors of her dishonor will finally be silenced. She gave everything to us in the end, and the world will know that. When we rebuild these walls, we'll name them after General Talera. Her memory will stand as long as the ramparts shine. But she never would have been here had you not delivered her to us. It can never be enough, but we hope you'll accept this as our thanks. We freed the city, but the Tuatha still hold most of Cluricon. Over the years, they've infected every part of these swamps. Clearing them out isn't going to be easy, but we might have help. There are rumors of a small band of fighters harassing the Tuatha. Perhaps the hero of Melsenshir can convince them to work with us. Good luck. Watch out for those red-eyed bastards.
Off into the swamps, I assume? None that would be of any help. After a decade of Tuatha control, they've all gone quiet. But if there are any out there, I'm sure they'll be looking for you. Just keep your eyes open. After all, you'll be in their swamp. Be on your way.
Allies can come from the strangest places. Any luck out there? They're fighting the Tuatha, right? Since you're the one who defeated Witch Knight Malwyn, I suspect they'll be looking to find you. I'll meet you in Melsenshir.
The Greater Niscot. Looking to restock? Ilan Doldran has what you need. When that Niskaru appeared, I thought that was it. Melsenshir would fall. No one else in this world could have slain that demon. I thank Lyria you were here with us. The greatest of generals. I heard that when the Niskaru came, she gave her life in order to protect us. I've lived in Melsenshir all my life. Sold my first potion when I was no taller than a boggart. It was my home before the war started, and it will be my home long after, no matter the outcome. Back again.
Hello. It is the hero of Melsenshir. Care to take a look at my wares? Looks like she really was the great general after all. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the Alpha, but this war is great for business. I'm just a traveling merchant. I take my wares where I can get the most profit. Another time.
Well met.
Greetings, hero. How may I assist you?
Eyes on the horizon. Well, Warsworn, good to meet you. Have you come for scout training? Goodbye.
The greater Niscaru arrived.
Have you seen Adrian Tyr around? Haven't spoken to him since the battle. Give your armor to Tarek Smith for repairs, and he'll give it...
How's that steel? Need me to take a look? Stay safe.
Looking to restock. Ilan Doldran has one. Come back again.
I am Megan, nurse to the wounded soldiers of the Alpha. How can I help you?
Bueno, gente, darme un par de minutillos, ¿vale? Que voy a coger otro medio de room y voy a poner un poquito de beber algo. Ahora mismo estoy aquí.
Mistress Skaith is our head surgeon, though lately she's taken to disappearing for hours at a time. I cannot help but wonder where she goes. He came to us broken from the fighting. I fear that though his flesh has survived the siege, his mind has not. My family does not understand. They want me to settle down somewhere. There are so many who suffer and so few who help. I cannot just turn and look the other way. The poor soldiers of Melsenshire desperately need a healer's touch. There are so many dead or dying, and so few of us to help. Stay safe.
You're already dead. She's here, you know. Death. I've seen her. She's like a big fat crow come to eat my eyes. Please, don't let her eat my eyes. I don't want to die. A fool twice cursed. Once to fall in battle, nearly killed. Cursed again to keep on living in this wretched place, this nest of death and darkness. A whole city of crows, fat from feasting. Once I thought they were monsters, always rising. I didn't know then. I didn't understand where the real monsters live. Oh, she's a great, dark crow with 1,000 needle beaks. She's going to take me, you know. We're all beggars. Dead already and begging for the end. Beggars bent like you're no beggar at all. You're the scarecrow, aren't you? Shoo, death, shoo! I can see it, all around you. You're not like us, you're not like anyone. I am. I dream of her. She takes me beneath the tower and don't let her take me there, please. Don't let her open me up. I don't want to see what's inside. That's where she keeps her nest. We go beneath the tower, but we don't come out. Don't go there. It's dangerous. Don't go. You won't come back. Don't leave me.
What is it? I am Corialia Scathe, head surgeon here in Melsenshire. Do you require healing? Master Hawkins is not well, I'm afraid. The injuries he sustained have broken both his body and his spirit. Do not trust anything he tells you. I can assure you that his mind is racked with a deep dementia. As head surgeon, I support the soldiers of the Alpha armies as best I can. Despite the recent and dramatic improvements in healing magic, few that make their way to my table survive. As great as our power may be, the power of the Tuatha is all the more destructive. Her services are adequate. I'll admit, her only fault lies in caring too much for her patients. A beautiful city, is it not? When the siege began, I came here straight away from studying with the Scholia Arcana in Rathir. The opportunity to observe the effects of violence firsthand and to help, of course, was too much to ignore. To be able to study their physiology. Impossible, of course, given how their bodies return to nature upon their death. Farewell.
Greater Niskaru arrived. The hero of Melsenshire.
What's this? What's this? Nothing like war to keep a gravedigger in business. Keep 'em coming. You know, a nice thing about the dead, they don't talk, usually. Keep 'em coming! You know, a nice thing about the dead, you are a whirlwind of death. I have never seen your equal. I've seen more of the soldiers that defend Mel Senshir than all of the officers 10 times over. They keep coming from Rathir, and I keep putting them into the ground. The good doctor's responsible for more of these bodies than you might think. Courageous right to the end. Never be another like her. She was a goddess of war. The elite scout unit of Mel Senshir. Few love their work as much as they do. Young Master Hawkins wasn't prepared for the reality of war. Few ever are. The siege has been broken, but the cost, well, I'll be busy for the next few months. Keep them coming.
Well met.
Well met. The next ship out of here is heading for Rathir. Are you interested in coming aboard? Suit yourself. The hero of Nelson.
couldn't leave the prattling of a madman alone, could you? This is my sanctum, trespasser. You couldn't possibly understand the work I'm doing here. I fear I will need to kill you now. Perhaps the process will provide some insights into your unique power. Don't you see? The physiology of the mortal races is a book we've barely begun to crack. You couldn't possibly understand. I take these young men and women and I open them and I see what truly lives within. Magic is changing and so are those who wield it. I am merely bold enough to look and learn the how and why. You do not wish to challenge me? You would let my experiments continue? Well, that arrangement could be beneficial to both parties. I could give you a gift made from what I've learned. In exchange, I want you to silence the nuisance who led you here as a statement of commitment to our new partnership. How tiresome you brutes can be. Very well. Perhaps I will learn something from your death. Ooh, this will be easy.
She's dead, isn't she? The moment she passed, the clouds surrounding my mind seemed to pass. What a wretched woman. Who knows how long she's been here, preying on the weak and injured. Seems I named you well, Scarecrow. I cannot thank you enough for what you've done. I do not think that I can return to the Chandlery after what I've seen. Where does one go after they've seen the horror of war? A kind soul, she hasn't left the hospital since the siege. I don't think she even sleeps. I wish I had never come to this cursed city. I survived the horror of battle only to find the horrors of the hospital. Greetings. How can I help you?
The Tuatha lines have broken, and we still live. It looks like fate has a sense of humor. Please, forgive my melancholy. The champion of Mel Senshir should be cheered, not subjected to my sorrow. I am Adrian Tyr, and I owe you my thanks. Though many have been lost, your courage saved a great many more. I am a warrior, nothing more. I go where I am told. I will spill blood with my company upon the shield wall until either I fall or no enemies remain. I am a warrior, nothing more. I go where I am told. I will spill blood with my company upon the shield wall until either I fall or no enemies remain. I did not think fate would let us survive that onslaught. It seems that even if fate is not on our side, you are. She was the greatest among us. What happened out there on the wall? I knew she would redeem herself. Thank Lyria she was here, and that her life was not given in vain. Mel Senshir has been my home for 7 years of bitter struggle. As grateful as I am for the strength of its walls, I am eager for a new horizon. I was dead, or I should have been at least, if it were not for a Varani mercenary who threw himself in the fray. He fought like a demon, and I was able to escape. The poor man was not so fortunate, though. I watched the Tuatha cut him off, and then he was gone. It shames me, but I once held such mercenaries in great disdain. But this man, whoever he was a warrior of honor. He was cut off and surrounded by the Tuatha. He is surely dead. However, his body must lie somewhere in Cursewood. It would give me peace to learn of his fate. The Varani warrior? The last I saw of him, he was... Farewell. Have you come to pay respect? Farewell.
The hero's here. Welcome to Cluricon. Every spare shield and blade from the Order's keeps come here. Here where death cries as endlessly as the ocean weaves.
Our soldiers are doing their best out there, but it's still a nightmare. We've heard rumors about a band of soldiers striking the Tuatha for years, but nothing solid. They said their forces were crippled by a bitter frost. but it never gets that cold in the swamps. If you believe the rumors, they attack and then fade into... Watch out for those red-eyed bastards!
You! Stop! State your business.
Keep your hands off me, fool. I'm no Tuatha. I must speak with the Siegebreaker.
You're the one who slew the Bale. I command the Ariad. We are warrior scouts, the eyes of the Alfar. My men are scouting the Tuatha's retreat, though I fear I may have lost even them to this cursed forest. I have been leading the Ariad for many seasons now. I may not have the flair that some of our other leaders do, but I get the job done. Don't care what happened on the wall. Talara was a great general, through and through. She'll always be a hero to the Ariad, and to me. The men and women of the Ariad are handpicked for possessing a very particular set of skills. We are the eyes of the Alfar forces. It is our responsibility to move among the enemy, to watch and wait, and when necessary, to kill. My men and I are glad to be free of its walls. It is about time the brass decides to unleash us on these Tuatha dogs. Aye, Cluracan's doomed to drown in blood. Mark my words. Vile creatures. The sooner we kill them all, the better. They are overdue. My men are never late. They are either where they are supposed to be, or they are dead. In fact, if you are venturing out into the forest, may I prevail upon you for aid? 3 of my men are missing. If you discover any evidence of what befell them within the Cursewood, let warrior to warrior, I would be in your debt. And if it would sweeten the pot, there'd be gold for you as well. It's been called that ever since they laid... Even the smallest of plants and critters can kill you out here. Deep within the Cursewood, mostly. I sent 3 soldiers into the forest to track the movements of the Tuatha. Where that took them is anybody's guess. Later, then.
You are... It is a pleasure to meet the Siegebreaker. Especially here, in a land where pleasure has been all too rare. I am Sidon the Outcast, Prince in exile of the House of Sorrows. I'm here to welcome you to our home. I see the hesitation in your eyes. Although I am Fae of the Winter Court, you and I have a common enemy. Clearly I'm not Tuatha. I carry a loathing for them that mortals could never understand. I simply approached your lines peacefully and expressed my desire to speak with the Siegebreaker. It seems that even the simplest mortal soldier can recognize an ally against our mutual enemy. I am Sidon the Outcast. Once I was Prince of the House of Sorrows, but my true duties are to the true court of... The Winter Fae have been disgraced and despoiled by Gadflo and the Tuatha. With your help, I can end their reign. Indeed, you accomplished a great feat here. But the Tuatha de Own are far from defeated. Before striking the heart, you must trim the fat and cleave through the bones. If you wish to put an end to Gadflo's reign, Meet my brethren and me at Foe's Hearth to the east, and we can talk further there. Yes, I travelled with Agarth back in his prime. But those are stories for another time. I've heard of her, and I've seen her work. A dead diplomat here, a salvaged peace treaty there, a handful of lies told to protect an innocent. But even as a collector of secrets, there's precious little I know about her. Nothing could be more beautiful than a mystery like her. The House of Vengeance was a place of fierce honor and stoic determination that made granite seem soft and fickle. But not anymore. When Gadflow rose up, he unleashed their bottled hatred and turned it against the mortals. Now, they're led by a vicious cur, more beast than fey. The House of Sorrows is home to the lovelorn, the desperate, and those ravaged by hope. Together, my brethren and I took back what the world had taken from us. Now, the Tuatha have taken our people, our houses, and our self-respect. We grieve at these losses, but we shall take them back by whatever means necessary. We're only a shadow of what we were before Gadflow poisoned us. But unlike our lighter siblings in the Summer Court, we'll fight to cleanse the Tuatha from our lands, just as any wounded animal would. When mortals think of Fae, they prefer to think of the Summer Court. And why not? They're radiant and true, even if they are too full of themselves. By all means, pretend all the Fae are like them. You'd never dare go to sleep if you truly understood the rest of us. I am Sidon the Outcast. Once I was Prince of the House of Sorrows. But the Winter Fae have been disgraced and despoiled by Gadflow and his new god. For House and Heart we have walked these lands for countless ages. Always playing the same roles, always seeing to the proper cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Now, we face the end of our ways. Not from the mortals, as some had feared, but from our own kind. We are the remains of the Winter Fae. Refugees from the capital of Bale. Outcasts from the houses. And those who escaped. The Tuatha have taken our court and our birthrights. And for that, we will take their lives. To restore a balance once again. That little fool used to be nothing more than a capering jester in the Winter Court. That he found the power to rise against the High King and defeat him. It's enough to make you think there's something to his god, Tirnoch. Home of my heart and grave. This is where the brave and foolish come to die. And in death, they feed the swift and sly. Prismere has always grown in our lands, but only with a surge of magic into our world was it anything other than a simple gem. The Tuatha have corrupted the very soul of the Unseelie, twisting our people, stealing our noble houses, and have tried to get the Unseelie to unite against them. But by the time we realized their threat, it was too late. But I'll not give up. No need to be surprised. We know that you seek the corpse collector. Secrets are among our specialties. It wasn't so long ago that you were working with him here. But then, that was a lifetime ago for you, wasn't it? I'd rather not talk here. Chloricon is filled with Tuatha spies. Travel to the old ruins at Foe's Hearth. We'll meet you inside and we can talk there. Be careful.
So
These
few of the
swamps
winter
can be
You go ahead. It's been some time since Sidon and I had a chance to talk.
Indeed, Agarth. I hear on the winds that you lay... down your sword and drown yourself in drink when you learn the ways of fate. And yet here you are, sword in hand, again the victor. How is this? Do the winds lie to me?
It's a long tale. It started when I sobered up long enough to go bury a friend of mine in Alistar Tower. Or rather, that's what I had planned to do. So few of the Winter Court left to stand against the Tuatha.
Keep walking.
A journal? Let me see. This book looks like it might belong to the man who saved my life. He speaks of a brother in a place called the Icebrine Coast. Perhaps when the war is over, I will travel there and tell this man how his brother died. Thank you, champion. This book has brought me some small measure of peace.
Welcome to the war.
I've got plenty of supplies. If you've got plenty of coin, come back again.
Honor to you, champion. I watched from the battle's van while you faced Malwyn and his demon pet. You have earned great glory and the respect of all Alfar. If you have a moment, could I ask a favor of you? I have never been a part of a battle like that before. You and Tilera were magnificent. Historically, the First Sword is the greatest blade master of the Alfar army. I earned the title when I killed a Tuatha champion known as Zarastes. We grew up together back in Erethel. I've never known a warrior more courageous. So you met Drafan? How's that old dog? Tell him I said that when he gets tired of skulking in shadows, I could always use a new servant. Since the Tuatha penned us here, Now that the siege has been broken, it will be where we rise up and take the fight back to the cursed Tuatha. My sister can be abrasive at times. Do not let her rough exterior fool you, though. None can forge a finer blade. Since the battle, several of my men have asked for the chance to challenge the champion of Mel Senshir. You slew Malwyn and destroyed the great demon he commanded. They hold you in awe. 5 of our greatest fighters have asked, and if you... There are 5 in total. Enion Gaius, Tarek Smith, Sephaedra Will, Adrian Tyr, and my sister, Ragnar Sen. Tell me when you are prepared to fight, and I will summon the appropriate warrior. Good luck to you, champion. Excellent. Your first challenger is Enion Gaius. He is a veteran of more than... This should prove interesting. Go with Lyria. That last fight with Enion was interesting. He fared better than I thought, though I was unsurprised when you bested him. Prepared for your next challenge? Your next challenger is Tarek Smith. The smith spends all day pounding steel. Do not let him pound you too. Go with Lyria. You certainly didn't pull any punches with my blacksmith. I hope he can still hold a hammer tomorrow. Sephaedra Will is next. Are you prepared? Sephaedra is one of my best scouts, quick and agile. Give her any room and she'll make the ring into your grave. Go with Lyria. You handled Sephaedra readily enough. Perhaps it's time you face Adrian Tyr. Adrian Tyr survived alone 3 times when his company to a man has fallen. The soldier refuses to give up. He is fearless and enduring. It will take the force of God to bring him to his knees. Good luck. Go with Lyria. Adrian fell harder than I thought he would. Well done. Your final challenger is my sister, Ragnar. She is the finest weaponsmith in the Alfar army, and a peerless fighter. She will bury her sword in your heart if you are not careful. Do not underestimate her. Go with Lyria. One by one, the greatest of the Alpha have faced you in single combat, and all have fallen. Now it is my turn. I am Bronwyn Aurelia Sen, the first sword of the Alpha. I was born in battle, and hundreds have fallen by my hand. Let us see what you are truly made of, champion. Go with Lyria. You are worthy of honor, warrior. I have never faced your equal. Take this. Tilera herself granted me this blade for the slaying of the Tuatha champion Zerastes. But you deserve it more than I. The Alpha honor you, champion. May the Tuatha fear your coming. Go with Lyria.
Lyria smiling upon us now.
Bueno, gente, pues nada, hasta aquí hemos llegado hoy. Mañana seguimos. Venga, gracias a todos como siempre, los que estáis suscritos, los que no suscribiros, que es gratis. Venga, adiós.